So, I did a Nuzlocke back in the end of February. Why? Well, I wonder what all of you wonder why too. Milkshake! Well, yes, I was inspired by Jaden. I also wanted to do a little challenge for myself, alright? So I did Nuzlocke. Now, I did the more traditional way of doing a Nuzlocke. Basically, you can only catch a Pokemon per route. You have to nickname the Pokemon to become more attached to it. And if a Pokemon faints, it dies. Forever. Anyway, sit back, relax, let this story unfold of what happened with my very first Nuzlocke. Some of the audio may be a little bit messed up, and I do not have all of the footage of all the following events, so sorry if some things are missed out. Okay, goodbye. Bye. Milkshake! When we got to Leon's house, he showed us 3 Pokemon, and I chose Sobble because I've used him before and named him Bon James. Deal with it. Hop chose Score Bunny, and I beat him up because that rabbit is overrated. We walked out, and what in the really broke through the gate, and we could not find it. Then this wolf appeared out of nowhere, and was unhittable. Seriously. So I was telling Hop how much I hated him, and I hoped he would bury himself so far deep that he would... Oh, hi Leon. We left the Weald, and I looked in my bag, and I have 5 Pokeballs that I do not remember having. So I said to myself, Leon, you sack of... I met Sonia in the lab and downloaded a Pokedex on my phone, then went to Route 2 and caught a Rookidee I named Flying. We got to the professor's house, so Hop and I could battle each other, so Leon could endure us for the gym challenge. Then I got a free wishing rock and found a TM behind the house. Sonia, is this yours? We went to leave and my mother gave me camping gear and we had to stop at the wild area. Your names are Fire Girl and Lily Allen. Got to the hotel where we met the meme team, Team Yell, and had to beat them up because they were... well... Next morning we went out to an arena because of something. I don't remember, I was sleeping, and Hot wanted a battle because he is a sociopath. Then I went to Route 3 where I caught Troy the matchup. Don't care if you're a female. Bon James and Lily Allen involved. We walked in the mine and found a drillbar I named Mennonite and had to battle Bade with his psychic team. Thanks Fire Girl for saving me from this blissey. Got to Route 4 and caught Tabby the glaring Meowth and met up with Sonia to discuss Dynamaxing on the hill. I went in the gym, did the challenge, and lost Fire Girl. I'm just kidding, I beat that farmer. I went back into the wild area and got W the Wooper and Scarfman the Mincino. While trying to catch this Drifloon, Bon James thought it was funny to kill the Drifloon, and it sure made me angry. Then we had to fight Hop again, stop. Bon James was doing well until his Raboot got a speed boost from Flame Wheel and killed him. Emotions then came rushing through, and I felt sad. Not only did I want to punch Hop in the face, but also kick his balls. I replaced Bon James with Lily Allen, and we trained Vanessa. Before I went in, I fished out Bad the Basculin, and we went to do the challenge, and it was difficult, okay? My brain cannot handle high IQ stuff, and it took me years to get through. I made it through eventually, and Lily Allen wanted revenge for Bon James, so she slayed that gym, getting us the 2nd gym badge. After the battle, I had lunch at the seafood restaurant with Chairman Rose, his assistant Olena, and Sonia. Lily Allen, Fire Girl, and Bad took out Bates' Pokemon, and then Port scared the Wimpod. W evolved and we encountered a problem with this Krogunk. To have Venomous Shock, which was super effective to Lily Allen, I switched into Tabby, but he almost died from Krogunk's revenge. So I had to bring out 69 and pray that the 69 health would protect him and that he wouldn't die. He lived, but we killed off the Krogunk. Then I decided to grab more encounters in the wild area and caught a Roselia I named Flowers and Butts the Stunky. While training, I wasn't paying attention and Bad was killed. Sorry Bad, I am a horrible human being. To stop my guilt, I went to Wedgehurst to grab a Slowpoke I named Rango, even though he hates me calling him that. Then I had a battle with Marnie and W easily swept through her team. Next morning, I went to the next gym and caught a Litwick I named Ghostlight. I went to fight Kabu, which I thought I was ready for, until I realized his team was faster than mine. W took out his Ninetales and Arcanine, but his Senti-Scorch turned on the stove. Kabu Gigantamaxed his Senti-Scorch, so I Dynamaxed W, but he was killed by a critical max Flutter Bee. I sent out Meta Knight to do some damage, but was punished for missing and lived on 1 HP. I had to put her down in order to time out that Senti-Scorch. I sent out Rango to do damage, but almost died from Bug Bite. I sent out Scare to try and lower its accuracy, but got too scared. I sent out Butts, and he finally finished off the battle, and got our 3rd gym badge. After that battle, my confidence was knocked down, and I wasn't feeling too well after that. I threw away the Mystic Water because it was cursed, and never looked back. I tried to catch this Rhyhorn I found, but it killed Butts, so Lily Allen came out and murdered it, and I wasn't taking it all that well. I ran away and found a Zigzagoon I named Cardi B, and while trying to gather Watts, I accidentally ran into a Linoon and it murdered Lily Allen. Yeah, now we have an advantage against Alistair's team with the help of Cardi B. She could be our saving grace. Then I grabbed Possess, Golett, and Dig the Diglett, and things were slowly becoming better now. I discussed art with Sonia, then ran into Team Yell and beat them up because they were the ones being loud. Then after getting through the route, I ran into Hop and he demanded a battle to experiment. He let out his Cramorant. My plan was to get Scared to use First Impression to get it in the yellow, and then Flowers to Giga Drain it. But it threw an Electric Mouse, and Flowers was paralyzed and is now on low HP. So I switched into Scared, and Hop healed his dumb bird, and it paralyzed Scared. So then I switched into Flying Woman, but the Cramorant got a crit dive, getting her in the red, and to make things worse, it threw the damn Pikachu, killing her. And Flowers lived on 1 HP when hit by its Pluck, and out of vengeance, killed it. After the battle, Hop kept saying that he's depressed and blah blah blah. Like, dude, I have multiple tombstones behind me. When battling this Backer's Sork, I made the stupid mistake of sending out Cardi B, leaving her to be dead. I found another Galarian Zigzagoon named Megan Stallion and Thorny the Ferroseed and trained for Alistair. Megan Stallion took out his Yamask and Corsola, and Tappy took out Mimikyu and Gengar, getting our 4th gym badge. After that, Bade was doing Bade things and was destroying art for some wishing stars, so Megan and Tappy beat him up too. Rose shows up and disqualifies him, so now he's straight up salty, but I don't really care about him, like, at all. Then we went through Glimwood Forest and swept Opal because she thought we weren't worthy enough and hired Bade instead. So I took that out on Hop because he had no character development. I went to Route 7 to grab Toxic Singer, the Toxel, and Clay the Boulder on Route 8, and then we went to fight Melanie. Fire Girl took out Frostmoth, Clay took out the Darmanitan, Happy took out the Ice Cube, but her Lapras threw us in the freezer. I thought Clay Sturdy was still active, but it died to its max geyser. Then I sent out flowers to try and kill it as quickly as possible, but I wasted all my Dynamax on Clay. I Giga Drained it, but she was killed by its G-Max Resonance. I sent out Tabby, but he was killed too. I sent out Megan Stallion, but she was also killed. I sent out Scared, and it killed it in vengeance. After that, I went to clear my tears, and I found a Gastrodon on Route 9, Scoop Jr. After defeating Team Yell in anger, we can now ride across the water and get to the next town where Pierce is at. But the next town was shut, and we had to fight Melanie to get through a secret way. After we kept beating these weird Team Yell runs, we got to the next gym and began our battle with Pierce. Fire Girl took out Scrafty and Scare took out Malamar, but as Obstagoon was the next opera singer. I sent out Fire Girl to play Rough It, but she only did a quarter of damage and it lowered my defense and hit her with a powerful throat chop that could have killed her. I sent out Thorny to do chip damage. I forgot that I should have also healed Fire Girl and just let Thorny die. RIP. Then I sent out Troy to kill it, but she died too. I sent out Fire Girl back in and she killed it. Then Dig healed the Skuntank. Skuntank had a trick up its sleeve. It has the ability Aftermath, which deals a quarter of damage of max HP on the Pokemon that KO'd it. So, Dig died. After that, I knew we needed to be stronger for Raihan and the gym leaders in the tournament to battle Leon. So I got Axel the Axew, fished out Rage Master the Gyarados, and was starting to gain sanity back. After some training and double battles, it's time to first Raihan. What? After taking out the Gigalith, I knew I couldn't use Toxic Singer, so I had to bring out Possessed. With the power of Scoop Jr. and Hammer Arm, I beat up the Duraludon and Sandaconda and managed to get the Dragon Badge. After that, I watched Sonia turn into a professor and went to Route 10 to pick up Vanilla the Vanillas. We entered the gym and Marnie came out on the pitch with her Liepard, but Scoop Jr. took it out. But when it came to her Morpeko, he used Bullet Seed and killed her. So Fire Girl comes in and kills Morpeko in revenge because I'm emotionless enough. Possess comes in and beats Toxic Croak and Toxic Singer barely took out the Grimmsnarl. For the battle with Hop, I had to replace Scoop Jr. with Vanilla, which has Snow Warning, which summons Hail and can do chip damage. Toxic Singer kills the Doppel and Corviknight, and Possess takes out the Snorlax, Pincurchin and Cinderace. After that, I waited for the weather for Dracloak to spawn in the Lake of Outrage because it has a 2% spawn rate, and I waited minutes, hours, days. I wanted that Dracloak. God. I caught the Noivern and called it a sounding fail and threw it in the box in anger and frustration. After training with Vanilla, I had to play games with Elena in which I passed, it was that easy, and I had to get to the top of Tower Rose where the champion is at. We get to the top and we break Elena's sanity because I'm relatable and sweep her team with ease. Hop and I then overhear their conversation, discovering Rose wants to bring back the darkest day, but we take Leon back so we can celebrate my win. Now it's the final. Seriously? Faye comes back for revenge because his life sucks, to which I sweep him with because I don't feel bad. Up next is Sonia, which Toxic Singer easily swept the floor with. Alistair was a little bit tougher. For the fight, I switched Dust out for Scarfman as a death fodder, and I wish it didn't have to come to that, but it was the safest move so no one else would die. Trust in peace, Scarfman. Last is Raihan, who actually has 4 Pokemon. Wait, what? He actually has dragon Pokemons? Anyway, I beat him. Now it's time to defeat Lee. Chairman Rose interrupts the final battle and all of the gyms are now flooding with Dynamax energy. So we have to go to the Slumbering Wheel to grab the Sword and Shield and come back to Hammerlock to defeat Rose and Eternatus. So I went down to the basement and beat Rose and went to the roof to battle the Pokemon that created the Darkest Day, Eternatus. Now, I forgot to leave with Vanilla, so I bring him in the battle, but Eternatus uses Flamethrower. Luckily, he lives on 21 HP, so then Possess takes it out. Then it turned max, and we couldn't do anything until Zacian and Zarmazatan came from out their slumber and joined the fight. Firegirl comes out to try and chip at the giant, which was difficult. So I switched into Vanilla, but he was killed. So I sent out Possessed instead. After realizing that Earthquake is going to hit every Pokemon, I Hammer Armed it and switched back into Firegirl. And I was getting annoyed because it was targeting me for some reason. So I just kept stalling, letting the 3 bots hit it. But then I caught it and saved Galar. After that battle, I trained for the champion, but Possess died from a Dynamax Cloyster. So to try and defeat Leon, I brought in Rage Master and Ghostlight and got them on par with everyone. Here we are, I walk on the pitch, and there he is, the champion himself. I started the battle with Firegirl and Leon sent out Eggy Slash, Firegirl burnt it. Next is Haxorus, who we had a little bit of an issue with since we had to sacrifice Axel and Ghostlight, but Firegirl managed to take it out. Next was Rhyperior. This is a scary Pokemon. Scared was the only one who could stop it, but is weak to rock. But the Rhyperior missed its Stone Edges twice and Scared managed to drown it. Next is Dragapult. I sent out Rage Master but nearly got killed by its Thunderbolt and only did half damage back, so I switched out Scared, but forgot it's also weak to Thunderbolt. I sent out Toxic Stinger and healed up Firegirl. I switched out Firegirl and she got paralyzed by Dragon Breath, so I healed Firegirl and killed the Dragapult. Next was Rillaboom, and I didn't realize it had horsepower, so I survived the first one, but misclicked pressing Flamethrower, but luckily she dodged it. The Scared came in and sucked it off. Now it's the last Pokemon, Charizard. Now since Rage Master isn't really good on his 16 HP and Charizard Solar Beam is now G-Max Growth, I had to have Firegirl stall it, and after a few heals, I knew we had to sacrifice Firegirl off. So with tears in my eyes, I looked into Firegirl's eyes one last time, and she died. Charizard reduced back to its normal size, and I sent out Rage Master, Dynamaxed him, and we won. At this moment in time, I felt so happy and excited, but at the same time, I felt guilty that I killed off Scared and Toxic Singer, even though they could have been still alive. That's all over now. We beat Leon, and nothing else matters. I thank all the Pokemon that helped me get here with the losses, the sacrifices, the training, and the victories we made together. Those will always be cherished in my heart. Rage Master was the only one who lived through that battle, but every Pokemon was here with us in spirit, feeling the same victory as much as we were. I am now the champion of Galar.
Remind ya, I'm kinda wet, running down my vagina. Wet, running down my vagina. Wet, running down my vagina.